You are listening to WBHM, Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Ghostly apparitions, UFOs and aliens, and mysterious creatures lurking in hidden depths around us. These are the mysteries which baffle, yet pique our curiosity. Will we ever prove their existence? Welcome to Paranormal Experienced Radio. Listen as your host and seasoned researcher Kat Hobson discovers new evidence, bringing us closer to the truth with informative guest interviews, the latest paranormal news, investigation advice, and equipment tips. Kat is a lead investigator with SCARE, located in Birmingham, Alabama, and feels that her gifts were given to aid individuals in distress in what should be their safe environments. Now, here is your host of Paranormal Experienced Radio, Kat Hobson, on WGOG Digital Broadcasting.
Hello there. Welcome to Paranormal Experienced Radio, and I am Kat Hobson, your host. We are here tonight, and we are ready to have a good time. I am going to be discussing AlienCon 2018. I don't know if everyone remembers the first AlienCon that was held in Santa Clara, California. It was brilliant. The only problem that they experienced was the fact that they thought 3,000 people would show up. Well, they had over 10,000 people, and some are saying that it is absolutely closer to 20,000. And I'm here to tell you, I would not be surprised. That was one of the most well-attended events that I have seen in quite some time. I was floored. I had no idea. So anyway, one of my favorite parts about going to the original AlienCon was the fact that we had the opportunity to meet so many people. I thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity to meet and listen to David Childress. He was someone who I look up to him a lot. I think he is one of the more knowledgeable people. He is someone who does a fantastic job of getting information across. He's fearless. He goes everywhere. He has visited places that most people can't pronounce, and I am one of them. But overall, he's just good people. He puts forth a lot of effort to be able to get information into the hands of the average person. And I think that's something that can be said for everyone involved in these things. He just cares. He is, I don't know, he's just special. He does things that just don't sound like most people want to be doing it. It is a pretty scary thing. But when he gets out there and he's doing it, he just seems to be fearless. And I am just so impressed by him. he goes, I think my favorite place was that massive place with the H blocks. And when I found out that the H blocks are more like, 2.5 feet tall as opposed to 7 feet tall, I was surprised. I had no idea. My husband is a machinist, and he just thinks that's the coolest thing ever. He is impressed by the actual fact that these had to be machined. There is no way with rocks and chisels that anyone was able to create that kind of an environment. It can't be done. Now we hear, well, maybe they melted these blocks, and maybe they did this, that, and the other, and I do not think so. I was also fortunate enough to get to spend time with William Henry and his beautiful and absolutely amazing wife, Claire. She is someone that I was really surprised by. I did not realize people could do the things that she does. She can actually interact with pyramids and technology. She touches them, and she just starts to feel the whole experience. Everything seems to be just working for her. I think that's something that is almost unbelievable. And yet when I listen to her, and she has shared so eloquently what happens, I was just stunned. It was probably the best thing ever to be able to listen to that experience, see what these people had to say, and just be exposed to that. It's not something that I see a lot, and it blew me away. I think I would absolutely have a difficult time releasing for the first time to do what Claire does. And once you did, how could you not continue to do it? It's just amazing. Just amazing. So that's pretty cool. Something else I found was that her husband, William Henry, is not unlike her. He is an Egyptologist. He is very familiar. They actually lead tours to Egypt. The whole mindset is one that they're fearless also. That's something I found out with this, is that everyone involved in the Ancient Aliens filmings, the people who don't do that but still perform the research for all these things, got everything. They got fearlessness, strength of character, strength, period, to be able to go into these environments, because some of them are hostile. They just go because they have a passion for their science. And what can you say about that? It's just pretty amazing. When you get involved in researching some of this stuff, and I know that this is not what most people consider paranormal. I know this is what most people consider strictly ufology, but it's not. This is something that, it's beyond the realm of normal. The absolute fact is that no one has any idea whatsoever with absolute definitive proof where these beings came from, what they are, who they were interacting with on a daily basis, when, if ever, they're supposed to be coming back. I will tell you, Eric von Daniken has a pretty shrewd idea, and he is one smart guy. So I would probably take his information to the bank. But it just is really very surprising that people don't consider this an abnormal research environment. So there you go. I guess that technically William would be considered an investigative mythologist. He has been in the pyramids. He takes people to the pyramids. He is ferocious and one of the nicest people in the world. He loves to share with people about the actual history, as well as the joy of experiencing these environments. There's not anything that's not cool about these people. The whole bit of the guests for this year is something that I found interesting the first time. They have a lot of actors who are coming in from the various sci-fi shows, different ones over the years. This year, they have people who are coming in from Star Trek The Next Generation, Lost in Space, Netflix Lost in Space. I was going to save this for later, but it's just way too cool. It's David Duchovny from The X-Files. And as everyone knows, I know the real X-Men. So I'm interested in seeing what this one is. So it's going to be a good time. And I'm also interested because I know that some of the experience related on the X-Files were based on real FBI files. That's got to be something else. I can't wait. I am looking forward to the opportunity to meet Angela Cartwright again. I enjoyed her so much the first time. We have Sean Astin, who is from the show Stranger Things. He was also in the Goonies and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So just so you know, there are photo and autograph ops happening all through the weekend. You can go and be found and be seen, get your autograph, and you can go talk to Gates McFadden. Yep, the doc herself. And Robert Picardo from the Voyager series. Seriously, all in one place. You have Mary McDonnell, who is in Battlestar Galactica. You also have Mitch Pileggi from the X-Files. And somebody that I am looking so forward to. I saw him at Contact in the Desert. He was brilliant. I was fortunate enough to get to hear his lecture in total and to have a little bit of downtime with Eric Von Daniken. And if you have never listened to Eric Von Daniken share his experiences, you are missing something. I mean, truly missing something. The man has been inside the pyramids of Gaza. He has explored everywhere. He shared during one of his lectures that there actually is a clear pool under the pyramids. It was drained, the water came back in, it was still clear blue. He was doing this before it was cool, right? Before anybody else thought, oh, let me go and check this out. He was there. He was boots in the ground, fierce. And he still is. He is, to hear him share these tales, these experiences, was a dream come true for this radio host. There's not enough words for Eric Von Daniken. I just can't say it. If you get a chance, you need to grab it. He is just completely fantastic. Somebody that I enjoyed a lot and have continued to enjoy and hope to continue to forever is Linda Moulton Howe. She's an investigative reporter, a documentary filmmaker, but mainly